What up, guys? Matt V here. Welcome back. So I am gonna do a video today of 10 fragrances. It's not even though, it's like 6 spring to summer-esque, and I have about 4 that's still appropriate for winter and spring. It's not gonna be in any particular order, and you'll find out soon. So these are in no particular order. I will name the season for the fragrance. For the first fragrance, we got Hunter Intense. This is no stranger to this fragrance community, and most people have reviewed this in this community, and whatever, I'll just give my take. Love it. Now, a lot of people draw the comparison that this is Dior Sauvage. I can kind of see it a little bit, but it's a tad sweeter, so it almost falls into the Versace Dylan Blue land. But I would say it's weird because the dry down of this one is kind of deceiving. I had it on, and around the 6 to 7 hour mark, it was very, very skin scenty, which is fine, I don't care. My girlfriend said, "Man, are you wearing Viking?" And I was like, no. So I immediately went to my bottle of Viking and smelled it, then smelled my hand and I said, oh, so the dry down is very similar to Viking in that regard. It's woody. I'm assuming there's like patchouli and probably like some kind of sandalwood or vetiver in the base. Obviously there's Ambrox in there. But I would say like Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, Versace Dylan Blue with a tad bit of Viking. I like it a lot because these are my type of fragrances that I do love. I can't find the note breakdown anyway, and it doesn't matter because I like it. It can be used pretty versatilely throughout the year. If you want optimal performance out of it, I probably would say that the best climates for it will probably be spring and fall. Hunter Intense. Love it. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Bright Neroli by Ferrari. This fragrance, I will say, it's a very nice Neroli fragrance. I mean, obviously, this is a great fragrance to wear for the spring and summer. I mean, we can't really get around it because Neroli is one of those flowers that perform best in heat. Nice, very nice release, but if you have Guerlain Imperial or you have Neroli Portofino or anything like that, or any other Neroli fragrance out there, this would just be a nice addition to a collection of people who love Neroli. If you love Neroli, then I'll pick this up. It's not expensive, and the bottle's really nice. It has like almost like a leather accent around it. Didn't get much performance out of it. I would say the performance dropped off around the 5 mark time, which I find quite common with Neroli fragrances. If you like Neroli, you'll like this. We're gonna go with our next choice, Craze by Armaf. Now, this is a beautiful fragrance. I love it. I have had the opportunity of smelling Pegasus by Parfums de Marly, and wow, like that took me by surprise when I smelled it. I was like, this is really interesting, really intricate, a beautiful fragrance, heavy fragrance. Not a fragrance that you can overspray. If you do, people will run away. And I'll give you an example. I received a sample of Pegasus and I sprayed it like I normally do. I'm pretty liberal with the way I apply fragrances. But I was too liberal with this one, and I choked out my girlfriend. She looked at me like I had 16 heads and thought, I'm gonna kill this monster. I left the room. She left also. So we both went different ways. And I said, was that too much?
Yeah, too much.
If you over apply, it's very aggressive. Craze is basically the dupe of Pegasus. 94.7. The quality of this juice is ridiculous, and the longevity is
psycho.
This is a psychopathic longevity in this fragrance. It lingered 11 hours. That's a long time, and I loved it. I learned very quickly to not over apply this. I did like maximum 3 sprays. Don't let your finger be heavy on that trigger. Be light on the trigger. Bam, bam, bam. And since it's a heavier fragrance, I don't think it's gonna perform well in the summer. I would say spring is hottest you should go with this fragrance, and it's definitely a winter fragrance, and the longevity is outstanding. I recommend this highly. Craze by Armaf. You'll love it, or not. I'm gonna dive into another Ferrari fragrance, Radiant Bergamo. This is very interesting. I love it. It has such a beautiful take on bergamot, which bergamot is obviously a very volatile note that goes away. It's on the top, but this has a beautiful woody nuance that I love. I sense it has like lavender, obviously citruses, so it's bergamot, and some woods. I highly recommend this if you are into sort of bright, refreshing, out of the shower fragrances. This is definitely that. The color scheme inside kind of gives it that, like green, light green. And I feel that this obviously performs well in the spring and definitely in the summer, this is gonna perform well. Not a winter fragrance at all. Ferrari's Radiant Bergamo, highly recommended. The next fragrance I'm gonna talk about, this is no stranger also to the community, and this is from Maison Margiela, and this is Replica Music Festival. I thoroughly enjoy this fragrance. This is such a beautiful concoction of ingredients. From the bright apple, the violet leaf, to the cannabis note, and then you get like the incense tobacco in the middle, and then you get the leather, cedar, and cypress in the base. Like, this fragrance is living. You can't go wrong with this fragrance. It is a heavy fragrance. It's very sweet, so you wouldn't want to wear this in warm weather. You might be able to get away with it like spring, I think so. Definitely good for fall and perfect for winter. It is a up close and personal, snuggly fragrance. It's not a projection monster. It doesn't project like crazy. Maybe if you over apply in the first 30 minutes, that might be the case. People have to get within your personal space to smell it. Highly worth the price, I recommend. The next one I'm gonna talk about is Nautica Voyage Heritage. Nice, clean, fresh fragrance. It just smells like, I don't know, soap, fresh, clean out of the shower, so it's good for the warm weather. This is not a cold weather fragrance or cool weather fragrance. This is more for mid to late spring into leading into summer. This is definitely something you could wear on the beach. You know, I live in Florida, so it's like beach weather basically all year round. I can get away wearing this all year round if I want to. It's nice. It's a good fragrance, not expensive. I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, fresh, showery, bright. This fragrance, I don't get aquatic from it, but I definitely get bright and fresh and airy and soapy and shower jelly. I would go for this if you are on a budget, man. The longevity lasts a while. I like the original Nautica Voyage. That one lasts forever and projects like a beast. This projects well too. I'm not gonna knock it, but the other one projects like really strong. This is like a flanker or a take on the other Nautica. I recommend it. Nice one. All right, so the next one that I'm going to talk about is from the house of Jill Sander. It's called Bath Sun Men. This is a really, really nice summery hot weather fragrance. I would say probably, you know, you could start wearing it in the spring, and it's a woody sort of aquatic fragrance. It has sea notes, grapefruit, juniper berries. It has ambergris, green apple, orange blossom, has benzoin, cypress, and woodsy notes. I really like this one. I really, really, really dig this. A woody aquatic is like, I love it a lot. I think that this would work very well all areas in spring and then obviously into summer. This should not be slept on. Well worth the buy. The last one, sort of like on the winter side of my fragrances that I'm talking about today, would be the very highly sought after 2018 release of 1 Million Lucky. I would say that this fragrance is amazing. It's very sweet. It runs into gourmand territory, and I don't see an occasion that this can't be used in cold weather. It's so good. It's very versatile. You could use it dressed up. You could use it casual, daytime, nighttime. It doesn't matter. I dig those kind of fragrances. I really do. So I look forward to the cooler months so that I can wear these. Otherwise they go away. I'm not gonna wear this. It might come off as super glowing in the heat. You might be able to get away with wearing it in the spring, so that's why it's on this list. I would say winter, maybe early spring. It's got a multitude of really delicious notes. It's got like plum, grapefruit. It's got ozonic notes, bergamot, hazelnut, cedarwood, cashmere wood, orange blossom, jasmine, honey, patchouli, oak moss, vetiver, and amberwood. I would probably steer away from wearing this when it's really hot. Winter, perfect. Fall, perfect. Early to mid-spring, possible. Great release, amazing, and I love, 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 love. Okay, so the remaining two fragrances are going to be on the spring sort of list. This is kind of turned into almost a summer list. This is again from the house of Jill Sander, and this one's called Fizz. Fizz Sun Men. Great release. This came out, I believe, in 2016, and wow, I don't have much to say other than this is a great fragrance, but I will say a note breakdown is a little odd. First of all, you're listing solar notes. What does that mean? It has ozonic notes, cardamom. It also has orange blossom, ambergris. It's got sea notes in the middle, along with apple. It sort of gives a nice oceanic, aquatic vibe. But then you get a sweet base. You get some amber, you get vanilla, and you get patchouli. It kind of sweetens out a little bit. It's a nice little sweet, sort of warm, but not warm enough to be like a winter fragrance. It's actually more bright and refreshing. It does give off a beachy vibe, but it's called Fizz. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
It's like soda.
If you're a student, you can pick this up. It's not expensive. I'm really surprised with this house. I've never really heard of it. I'm really, really happy that I got to experience this, so definitely recommended. The last one, it's kind of like a steal, and that's Penguin Ice Blue. I know a lot of people don't like this house. They probably think of it as a cheap house. I beg to differ. I kind of like most of the penguins that I've smelled. This is definitely an aquatic fragrance. It is definitely for spring, summer, and you get immediately that aquatic vibe. It's got probably some woods in it, but I would say it's more like aromatic. When I wore this, I definitely got the feel that this is a spring and summer fragrance. Very inexpensive. Check it out. You might be able to find it at a Ross, TJ Maxx, Burlington, Marshalls. I think it's so worth it. I think it's worth it. Look, you should have a few in there that you could actually use that aren't gonna hurt your wallet. Like if you wanna go to the gym and it's super hot, wear this. It's not gonna kill you. So definitely check this out. I think it's worth getting. It's not expensive, and if you're going on spring break and you ain't got the cash to come out the pocket, this will be some good stuff, and it works well in the heat, and that's all that matters. I have to give the biggest shout out to my boy Heath, who hooked me up with most of these, okay? And I don't mean hook up like he gave them to me, but he lent them to me so that I could use them and try them out and review them, and I really appreciate that, Heath. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Like, comment, subscribe. You know how it works. Take care. Deuces!